so excited about this 5-day challenge. I finally feel like my training area is set up, the momentum inside the Facebook groups and everything that I have going on for this challenge. It's tangible energy. Everyone's just super excited. And so naturally, like I felt like almost it was like Christmas Day as a kid, just waking up to Christmas Day, being able to smash the bag with you all. So first off, thank you all so much for joining the 5-day challenge. Let's see if I can get this straight. And just really appreciate everyone who was just like posting in the Facebook group, really just excited to get it because like I said, I feed off that. And so I really hope that the challenge I'm gonna be guiding you through is something that you really enjoy, you feel like you learn at the end of it. So first off, welcome. Let me know where you guys are watching from, whether you're watching this in the future or live with me right now. Just let me know where you're watching from. It's really cool to see people from all over the world. We got Sean from Miami. You spelled your name wrong though, bro. It's S-E-A-N, you know? That's how it is. California, Jesus, what's up? Or is it Jesus? I don't know. We also got Mem, good day. All right, so today, what I want to go over is just a quick breakdown of what to expect during this challenge, and then we'll get into the workout and we'll start smashing the heavy bag. Now, first off, just a quick intro to myself. I'm Sean Fagan. I'm a professional Muay Thai fighter, recently retired. I was living in Thailand the past 3 years, just chasing my professional fighting dreams. And once COVID hit and everything, naturally, motivation kind of took a hit. And after that, I did a lot of thinking in regards to whether or not I want to keep fighting. And it just didn't feel right. I didn't feel as hungry as I was before COVID to continue my fight career. So I've been kind of off. I always work out, you know, I always do a little bit of training, but I haven't been doing a lot of Muay Thai. I've been running and lifting weights, but I've been missing my Muay Thai training because I've been so busy moving my life from Thailand to here. On top of that, I am a soon-to-be father, and I'm expecting a child in late May with my lovely wife, Liz, who some of you might know. And just that and setting up the house and everything has been crazy. And so I'm just really looking forward to doing these workouts. And I was ready to like just start doing them myself. But I was like, you know what? Let's get the community involved, everyone who's just ready to get back into the flow of things. So yeah, that's the idea. So we're going to be doing 11 a.m. Eastern every single day, Monday through Friday, with a variety of different types of workouts. I'm going to give you some training tips, and then at the end we'll do like a Q&A and a couple other things. Okay, so just quick, if you're watching this on my Facebook page or my YouTube page, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of free things. So I'm going to be giving away some Nak Muay Nation stuff, some shorts, some gloves, the Heavy Bag Blueprint 2.0 program. And in order to win anything, you need to be officially signed up for the challenge and inside the Facebook group. In order to do that, just go to heavybagblueprint.com/challenge. Make sure you sign up there if you want a chance to win some free stuff. And yeah, let's get into it, huh? So another thing I want to mention, I want to give like one main theme for the day in regards to like a training tip before we start hitting shit. And because I feel like a lot of the times, especially with heavy bag work, you're training by yourself at home, right? All alone. And it can be really easy to just like kind of mindlessly go and hit the heavy bag. Now, that's better than not hitting the heavy bag at all, right? But I want to get the most bang for my buck. I know a lot of people have jobs, they have lives, and so it's really hard to put a lot of extra effort into your training, but you still want to improve, right? The best way to improve quickly is setting an intention and a focus before your training session. Doing this is going to just have that much more detail to what you're doing, as opposed to just kind of going through the motions. You're going to be focusing, at least today, on the fundamentals. Like we're going to be breaking down the jab, the teep, the roundhouse, and we're just going to be drilling single strikes like that and with some conditioning. But the main focus today, or the main intention today, is all about the fundamentals, just getting back into a workout flow, just really being nice and loose and just kind of taking it from there, okay? So make sure you set an intention today. Drop a comment below on what your number one intention is for this entire challenge. I'd love to hear from you and just to get an idea of why everyone's training, right? Everyone's reason is different, and it's always cool just to see what everyone has to say. So we're gonna get warmed up. We're gonna strap on the gloves. If you have hand wraps, I recommend hand wraps, but I'm not using hand wraps, but I know how to punch, and I have good gloves, Nak Muay Nation gloves, by the way, and my wrists are pretty conditioned. So, and I'm not going that hard either. But usually, wrap your hands, okay? So, guys, ready to get warmed up? Yeah, you are. All right, let's just hop up and down. Let me jump back a little bit so you can see my feet. Just gotta switch my feet a little bit to being on the balls of my feet. You're shaking out your arms. It's nice and loose. You can do like the McGregor, right? Just getting warm, getting loose, getting the body in motion. Focusing on your breathing, your breath, setting the intention in your mind, just getting ready. Kind of like you're just jumping rope right now. All right, let's bring our knees up. Let's do some high knees. They don't need to go all the way up yet because we're still warming up. Pumping your arms. I know the bike's probably bouncing up and down, so I'll try to keep it still. All right, butt kickers. Throw them up behind you. Again, breathing. Try to stay on the balls of your feet this entire time. Let's do high knees again. You can bring them up a little bit higher this time. Just focusing on your breath. And kick your butts. One thing that I feel like gets overlooked is your breathing. It's such an important aspect of life, let alone training. But really always rooting back to your breath is super important. One more time, high knees. Bring them up, bring them up. For the record, I'm not in the best shape as I used to be, so I might be huffing and puffing a little bit more. All right, kick your butts. Sway, you want to come on camera? Sway, want to say hi to the people? She'll make it here eventually. All right, shake your arms out, shake your legs out. Let's interlock your fingers and push straight up. Big deep breath. Do 2 more. Kind of expanding on the exhale, reaching or inhale, reaching up on the inhale. And then kind of exhaling. Let's do some nice light torso twist side to side. Catching your breath. Let's bend at the hips, do the same thing. All right, let's do some shoulder shrugs back. Nice big range of motion. How you guys doing here? I know you can't comment and work out at the same time, but maybe you're just watching right now. Let me know where you watching from. Start strong, finish stronger. You must be a fighter's body member. All right, open them up. In these workouts, if you're a member of my fighter's body community, I say a lot of the same cliche shit, but it's all good stuff. It's all true that I've learned, you know? And those are like mantras that I keep saying to myself whenever I'm working out. Let's bring a right knee into the chest. Standing nice and tall, trying not to lose balance. Make sure your body is nice and tall too, your back and everything, right? I don't want to be hunched over like this. I want to be nice and tall. Bring the knee up. Rotate the ankle around a little bit. Let's bring it behind you. Try to keep your knees nice and close like this. If you can, bring your shoulders back as well. Don't have them hunched up like this. All right, let's switch sides. Left into the chest. Rotate the ankle. Rooting down in your breath. All right, bring it behind you. All right, let's stay balanced on this leg and make nice big circles. All right, try to stay nice and balanced. Bring your knee in front of you and then behind. Kind of use your arms for a counterbalance. It's weird watching myself do this. All right, bring it back the other way. Out and around. This will help with your balance, help with your hip mobility. help with your kicks, all that good stuff. All right, let's switch sides. You can use the heavy bag and do this if you like, but I challenge you to not and just try to balance. Love my energy. Thank you so much. I feed off you guys, so I appreciate you all showing up here, being here. Other direction. You forgot about the challenge. There'll be replays. Don't worry. All right. All right. I'm warmed up enough. I hope you are too. If not, do a couple burpees or some shit. I ain't doing it. So what we're going to do now is get your gloves on, grab a quick drink of water, and we'll break down and go straight into the workout. All right? So just 1 minute break. Take a second. So, like I said before, we're giving away some free stuff, some free gloves. I love these gloves. I know I'm biased because these are my gloves. But if you ever had like the Twins Twins Special, the gloves are so they're just strapped on this side, and they're just really nice and snug. They look cool. You can't really see in the light because it's all black. I'm really happy with how these came out. I'm going to be giving these away, and my other gloves, which are double strap gloves, and I also have Warwatana gloves, which are gloves that they're bag gloves that we sell to raise funds for the gym in rural Eastern Thailand ran by Francis and Boom, who are essentially raising like 20 plus kids at a Muay Thai gym. It's crazy. All right, so let me get this timer started. Let me get a quick drink of water. Hope you have your gloves on. You're ready to go. So, super basics today. I forget that I have the mic here, so I don't have to yell. Super basics today. All right, just really breaking down everything from the complete foundation. So first off, I challenge you, even if you're advanced, even if you're experienced, bring it all the way back with me to like the beginning levels, okay? You might pick up a thing or two that you might have overlooked early on in your career. Trust me, I know. So first is the stance, right? Are you righty or lefty? That's a big question, right? So either I'm southpaw and my right leg and my right arm are forward, or I'm orthodox, my left arm and my left leg are forward. I fight from both stances. I love fighting from both stances. I did not early in my career, but I gradually evolved into that. If you feel like you're intermediate/advanced, I challenge you to try these workouts in both stances. If you're in the beginning stages, try to just focus on one stance this entire time, okay? Now, you're gonna have more of a traditional Thai stance where you're kind of more on your back foot, right? And you're kind of tapping this lead foot right here. Your hands are a little bit more up and your palms are kind of out, right? Or you can be more like a Dutch style kickboxer, which is typically how I fight. Usually when I fight, I'm moving forward as like more of a kickboxer. So I'm more, a little bit lower in my base. My feet are slightly a little bit wider. Still have most of my weight on my back foot, but my hands are up ready to box as opposed to out here ready to defend. That being said, if I'm fighting more defensively, I'm moving back. I have more weight on my back foot, and then I'll fight more Thai style. So it kind of depends. From there, we're just going to break down the jab. We're going to do 2 minutes of the jab alone, and we'll work into that, okay? So real quick, the jab, make sure when you're throwing it, your elbow is pointed down to the ground as long as humanly possible, and then you rotate the fist at the end, okay? Try not to bring your jab out like this, all right? Really focus on bringing that elbow pointed to the ground as long as you can, and then rotate, trying to hit with your top 2 knuckles. Use your weight to drive forward into the jab. Change levels, change directions, change rhythm, okay? We're gonna do 2 minutes starting now, all right? So get nice and loose, just relax. And a nice hard stiff jab, move around. All right, I'm just attacking the head right now. Really focusing on making it as straight as possible. Driving through the bag and bringing my fist right back to my face. My chin is tucked. I'm breathing. My opposite hand is glued to my chin. Maybe sometimes I move my head off the center line. Maybe sometimes I double up. Maybe I attack the body. Make sure you're breathing, exhaling with every strike. You should have a Muay Thai sound by now. Some type of grunt. Really driving off this back foot. I don't want to be lunging and all my weight coming on this lead foot though, all right? So try to keep more of your weight on your back foot. You're obviously going to be transferring that weight, right? But you don't want to be so heavy on that lead foot. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to defend anything. Let's do one more minute of this. Head movement. After you throw a strike, make sure you're moving and getting out of the way. You're not just standing here and jabbing, okay? You jab and you move your head, or you jab and you defend. You jab or you check, right? 20 seconds. Make these count. All right, now we're going into the cross, all right? Keep that elbow nice and tight, similar to the jab. The main difference is I don't know if you can see my feet, I wanna pivot this back foot, drive this hip through, and get my body to come through. So if I'm throwing this punch without my hands, my body is rotating. Boom, all right? As I'm doing this, my shoulder, my hips, and everything are rotating, all right? My weight is shifting slightly to my lead foot, but I still have most of my weight in my back foot. Now, this is my philosophy, what I've learned, what works for me. You can shift more on your lead foot and have less on your back foot. I just find when I drive off my back foot, A, I can sit in my punches more, so I can drive a lot more power, and B, I can check kicks and defend a lot quicker. If I shift all my weight onto my lead foot, you see where my head goes? First off, my head's closer to get punched. I don't like getting punched in the head. I don't know about you. And so I want to make sure my head is as far away as possible from getting punched, right? Also, all my weight is transferred here, so I have like no weight here. And it's going to be really hard to defend anything. You're so heavy on this, you're going to get just sliced and diced with some leg kicks. You can get swept really easily. They can get position a lot more. I like staying back here because A, I feel like I have more power. B, I have better vision. And C, I'm able to defend a lot easier. Anyway, that's breaking down the cross. The cross, elbow tight, rotating through, opposite hand is up. I'm pivoting, making sure to go through, all right? All right, let's do a couple minutes of this now. Ready? Let's go. Starting nice and light, right? Just try to let it flow, trying to get full extension. I don't want to crowd myself as I'm throwing the cross. If I can touch with my left, my jab, I should be able to touch with my cross too, as long as I'm rotating my shoulders. Get full extension, full rotation, right? What actually helps usually, at least for me, this clicked for me, is when I'm throwing the cross, I'm orthodox right now, right? So I'm throwing my right hand. I want to rip my left shoulder back. If I rip my left shoulder back, my right shoulder is naturally coming forward, and it just makes more sense in my head. So think about ripping your lead shoulder back as you're throwing the cross. Attacking the body if you like. When you're attacking the body, you're rotating down, you're corkscrewing down. You can punch down if you want. You just have a little bit more of vulnerability to get encountered. I like to pivot down as I'm throwing the cross. Because A, I feel like I have more power, and B, I feel like I'm better covered up defensively. I don't know why I was doing a combo right there. I had to stop myself. I just got excited. All right, 30 more seconds. Really drive through the bag. This is my money shot right now. My right hand. This is where like 90% of my knockouts have come from. Just a simple right hand. Sometimes uppercut. All right. I just need to open a fucking window. It's hot in here. Now we're doing the hook. All right. Now lead hook. When I throw a lead hook, all right, you can pivot your lead foot. If you're a beginner, it helps to pivot your lead foot because you get used to the motion of your hip and your shoulder going through. Boom, okay? But if you watch guys like Canelo or Triple G, or even Mayweather, I think, they don't pivot this lead foot because they have their biomechanics so down. So their hip, their shoulder, and their body is still ripping through with it, right? But they're not overcommitting with this hook, so they're out of defensive position, right? Especially in Muay Thai, if you really pivot this foot, you're gonna get fucking chopped to pieces, right? So I wanna try to, again, I'm shifting my weight to my back foot as I'm throwing this. And as I do that, you can hit with your knuckles like this or like this. I don't fucking care, whatever works. I like this because I feel like my knuckles are hitting more and also my elbow is naturally higher. Once I rotate like this, I feel like my elbow naturally drops. I tend to slap them more to be able to really turn into that hook, okay? So let's do the hook for 2 minutes. Ready, bitches? Let's go. All right, making sure your opposite hand is up, glued to your face. Bringing it right back to your face as well. I don't want to drop and come around, right? I want to be nice and tight. Nice short hook. You can use your jab to kind of gauge the range, just to feel it out, and then throw that hook. Trying to rotate. All right, staying nice and relaxed in your shoulders, getting into that like Thai rhythm after you throw combos. You can attack the body. You can go body, head. You can go body, head, body. Mixing it up. Again, moving after you strike, right? Even if it's a little bit of head movement, or even if you're getting completely out of the way. Everything's controlled though, right? I'm not erratic. I'm not winding up trying to throw, right? Everything is nice and short. The punches that you don't see that hurt. Usually if I see a punch, A, I can defend it, and B, I can brace for it better. There's a punch that I don't see that I'm not able to brace for, and that's the ones that get me all wobbly. All right, 30 more seconds. All right, time. Now we're going into, I think, jab cross, right, Scott? Scott's my assistant in the background. He's the one that's doing all this cool video stuff. And so make sure you give Scott some love. Love you, Scott. Jab cross. So right down the pipe. Boom, boom. All right, again, I don't want to lunge forward and crowd myself. I want to keep my body back as I'm throwing, try to get full extension on the punches, okay? Let's do this for a couple minutes. So I'm going to step with my lead foot as I throw the jab, and then I can either follow up. If I'm far away and I step, boom, then I'm going to follow up with this as I'm rotating through. Or if I'm already in range, I'm just going to take a small stutter step with the jab and then sit down with the cross. All right? Tilly, come here. Come here. Girls, you want to come? Be on camera and not make me look like an asshole? Come here. Come here. They'll eventually come. Jab cross, my two Thai dogs. All right, right down the pipe, bringing your hands right back to your face. You can change levels. You can jab up top, cross down low. You can throw both down low. You can throw the jab down low, cross up high. All right, so make sure you're not crowding yourself. I see a lot of people usually end up crowding themselves. Once you learn how to sit in your punches, it's game over. You can drive so much more power, and you're in a better position to defend, which is really important. So really like sit in your punch. Once that clicked in my head, it changed everything. It only took me 7 years to figure that out. But once that clicked, I was like, oh, that's how you punch. Let's do one more minute. So I like this combo. This is one of the most basic combos you can throw, but it's one of the most effective combos you can throw. Nang-o. Who here knows Nang-o? He doesn't do anything really fancy. In fact, when he knocked out Radlek for a champion fight, it was just a fucking jab cross, man. He just jab cross and roundhouse. Watch a lot of the best Thais, man, they keep it simple. And this jab cross is as simple as it gets. We got 30 more seconds, I think. Attack the body. I was a little crowded on that one. I want to make sure, even if I'm attacking the body, I'm not lunging too far forward either. One more. One more. I like that combo. All right, so next is cross hook, I think, right, Scott? Yes, cross hook. All right, so same concept. You can kind of start with your jab to kind of feel the range of the bag. Then you follow through with the cross and then the hook, okay? You can step in with the cross, right? You might crowd yourself a little bit. You can step, right? But just make sure when you throw the hook, you bring this foot back up with you, right? So I can step, hook, right? That was a little over-exaggeration, but I could step, hook, step, hook. I'm always bringing my feet with me. I don't want to stay out here as I'm throwing, right? All right, cross hook. Ready? Let's go. I need some fucking water. Not gonna lie. Took a bong rip before this. So I have mad cotton mouth. So I'm talking and hitting a heavy bag. Not gonna lie, sometimes when I'm high, not to be a PSA for marijuana use, but I can get a lot more intentional behind my training and really feel my body a lot more. Sometimes. Other times I feel like complete shit. I guess it kind of depends on the day. Anyway, there's a little tidbit about the Muay Thai guy. Again, rip that body hook after that cross as well. That's Ernesto Hoost signature move. All right, let's do 20 more seconds, huh? Then we got a break. All right, time. I don't know if that was 20 seconds, but I need a break. Grab some water, take a breather. I'll answer any questions right now if you guys got them. Hopefully what I'm saying is sticking, right? Even if it's one thing. My lovely wife, Liz, come here. It's my lovely pregnant wife, Liz. And this is my dog, Sway. And this is my dog, Tilly. This is my little family. And we have one on the way. Little Theo Joseph Fagan, due May 22nd. How's yoga?
Great.
Still doing yoga and she's 33 weeks pregnant.
I realized too that I was worried about it being too hard of a class, and my at-home practice is actually much harder. So I was like, oh, another lesson on like being kind to myself and slowing down. And yeah.
That goes so much for like this too, because I know I'm getting back into the swing of training and it feels really good. But before I'm like beating myself up because I should be going to the gym, I should be doing all this kind of stuff. And now that I'm just doing a little bit at a time, you realize,
good.
yeah.
You gotta build yourself up.
Yes.
Team Fagan.
Team Fagan.
Woo!
All right. It's a good little cameo, huh? Favorite combo? Hook roundhouse, jab cross. From southpaw, I like my lead teep a lot. So it's not even a combo. Or maybe it's like jab, lead teep from southpaw. Roundhouse. I love that shit. All right, that was a good first round, huh? Let's do a yoga session as well. Maybe. If that's what the people want, that's what the people get. So if you guys want a yoga session, maybe we can add an impromptu yoga session like midweek on like Wednesday in the afternoon or something as like a cool down. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments and we'll make that happen. Sweet. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, Jim, I had to reinforce it with a 2x6 at the top and then get thicker, longer bolts and then lighten my heavy bag, unfortunately, because it was all just wood pellets before. Now, in case you're curious, the bottom from here down is wood pellets because they're pretty heavy and dense. Then the middle up to this black one is pretty much mulch. And then I am finishing up, filling up the top with wood pellets and just letting it sink down a little bit more. So I like how it feels right now, though. All the wood pellets, it was fucking thick, man. Like in hitting that, it felt so good. It just felt like you're hitting a brick, but it's not like a brick, obviously, because otherwise that would hurt. But like you're hitting something that just like feels like it should be hit. And then it was so good for shin conditioning and stuff. This is still good, especially if I kick low. But I'm quite happy. Glad you're here, Jim. You've been killing it for a while now, man. Appreciate your support. All right, so let's get into the next round. The next round is going to be more focused on lower body. We're going to start with the rear roundhouse. So if you haven't watched it before, I have a bunch of tutorials on YouTube about your roundhouse and how to do it, how not to do it. And so make sure you check those out if you get a chance. I'll break it down really quick, but there's a lot to it. I'm still improving, forever a student, if you will. And so when it comes to the right roundhouse or your rear roundhouse, there's a bunch of different ways that you can learn it, all right? There's a bunch of small details that one trainer might tell you differently than the other one. This goes true with all the techniques, right? So take what I'm saying with like as much as you like, but also keep in mind what your trainer's telling you, what other people are telling you, and kind of mold it into your own fighting style, your own idea, and then figure out what works best for you. So I've been fortunate enough to travel and train with some of the coolest, most badass people in the world, and I take a little bit from everyone. Some things work for me, some things don't, right? But I just mold it into my own fighting style. And so whatever you're learning from me, you don't have to take it all. You can take a little bit. Just even if you're taking one thing out from this whole thing, just try to implement it, see if it works for you, and then take it from there. Keep going on spiels, but there's so much. There's a lot to this sport/art, Muay Thai, if you will. And I feel like I'm just a beginner. Roundhouse. All right, so when I throw the roundhouse, right, I want to be nice and light, nice and relaxed, right? I want to step forward. As I step forward, I usually like to get an angle to the bag. So I'm not stepping straight to the bag, I'm stepping slightly outside. This way my hips open up a little bit more, right? And I'm able to really drive through and use my hips. So once I land on this ground right here, I'm going to drive up off the ground with my back foot. I'm going to push off my back foot. Then my hips and my body are going to follow and lead my leg. So my whole body is going to go. And my leg is going to be like a baseball bat and just whop. Just land it right on the bag. I'm going to land with the shin, right? I'm going to swing my lead hand or my rear hand down. So whatever side I'm kicking, I'm swinging that down. This is going to help me with my shoulder turn and my hip power. Now, one thing is when you swing the arm down, right? Don't bring your shoulder back with it. It's weird, right? You want to swing your arm down and rotate your shoulder forward. Because naturally what you want to do is if you swing your arm down, you want to go that way. So you have to teach your shoulder and your upper body. So as you swing this down, you want to rotate through, okay? So let's do the roundhouse. People ask me how to get better at roundhouse. You kick a million fucking times, all right? Intentionally, ideally. So let's do that. I'm starting with some nice easy ones, nothing too crazy. I want to loosen up my hips. We were just doing a lot of boxing. So I want to just get into a nice fluid kick right now. And then always coming back to my fight stance, right? Always ready to attack and defend. I don't want to kick and come down like that. I don't want to kick and bring it too far behind me. I want to kick and get right back into a stance so I can check or continue my combinations, right? So kick and then back. And then reset, stay nice and relaxed, nice and loose. Kick and reset. I'm pivoting this foot, right? I drive up off the ground. Some people stay flat-footed. Up to you. The Thais teach it up off the ground. I tend to listen to the Thais. The low kick is slightly different than the middle kick. The middle kick is slightly different than the high kick. Feel free to change as you want. The low kick, I am staying flat-footed. I'm almost crouching down a little bit more. I have a really good picture here of a low kick. I don't know if you can see it. That's probably my best low kick picture. I've won a couple fights with low kicks. It's very satisfying. Especially when your bag is heavy at the bottom, it just feels good. At least if your shins are conditioned, it feels good just to just lay them in. Let's do another 90 seconds because the roundhouse is important, Just keep it relaxed, all right? You can drive power into it if you want. I'm doing like 70% right now, I would say. It just feels good. I'm just really focusing on the technique and rotating my body, getting my hips through. I want to hump the air, right? I usually say that because people remember it. I want to hump the air, make sweet love to the air, and then come back. All right, 30 seconds. Staying relaxed, nice and loose. Try to keep your leg mainly straight, right? As straight as you can, especially if you're far. If you're a little bit closer, then you can bend your knee a little bit. But typically you want your leg to be nice and straight. All right, let's do a switch kick now, all right? Switch kick. Switch kick's a bitch, man. Drop an emoji if you can agree with that. Switch kick is a bitch. It's a really great technique, but learning it takes a while. First off, because if you're naturally righty, doing anything with your left side is weird. And then the added bonus of having to switch your entire stance and make your body kind of, the mechanics of it all go together, it's a little complicated. What I like to do to begin with, when I'm teaching beginners, is you just stand in your opposite stance and throw kicks from your opposite stance. So you can get a feel for what it's like kicking with your opposite leg. A lot of people just go straight into the switch kick and they're not even understanding what the proper mechanics of the kick are, right? The switch is this whole own thing. So if you're just beginning, I want you to just go in your opposite stance and throw your rear roundhouse. Same body mechanics, right? Swinging my arm down, driving my hip through, rotating my shoulder, okay? If you've been doing this, or you just want to do the switch kicks, you can do the switch kicks, right? When I throw the switch, all right, I'm not going too big, all right? If anything, I can go short, right? Can you see my feet? Right? If anything, you can go short, right? That's typically what I go. It's usually, you're just honestly trying to switch the position of your feet, right? When I throw this switch as well, if I'm switching, I'm throwing my left kick, I kind of want to switch slightly off to my right. This way, my hip can come through, and I can also kind of get my head slightly off the center line in case for any counters, right? Then from here, same idea, drive up off the ground, rotate through, turn my shoulder, swing my arm down, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to throw the switch kick now. Ready? Let's go. Might be a little bit harder to see my feet because I have to come out a little bit. but you'll get the idea. Again, I'm starting nice and slow. I usually like to start the technique slow and really just get the technique right and get a feel for what my body is doing. Making sure I'm coming back into a good defensive stance. Trying to rotate through, right? Turning your body. When I land the switch kick, I want to come down and back, all right? A lot of people will throw a switch kick and come straight down. You can. You're super close to your opponent, though. So you better be ready to chuck some bows or something. But typically, I'll kick and then bring my kicking foot back down to my post foot and then reset that post foot. So back, back. Switch and then back, back. Switch, back, back. All right, start to add a little bit more power to it. I'm worried about doing too much power because I have too much power. Might knock down this bag. I think it's good, but it would suck to have the first day of the challenge rip out my wall. Staying nice and light, relaxing, breathing. Let's get another minute in. Really focusing on that technique, getting that body through, rotating that shoulder, thrusting the hip, swinging the arm. Nice quick switch. 30 seconds. The jab switch kick is a nice little combination too that I like to throw. Let's just do 2 more each. Ready? And back. 1 more, make it your best one yet. And back. All right. Now we're doing the lead teep is next. Okay. So with the lead teep, this is the most important weapon that you can learn and utilize. Trust me, I wish that I teeped more earlier on in my career. Once I started fighting in Thailand and I realized all the Thais were teeping and using it a lot, and you start sparring them and you start realizing you can't hit them because they're just teeping you and they're setting up all their fakes and combinations off of that, then you're like, oh, it's really important. Once I started using it in sparring and fights, game changer. Fucking, it frustrates people so much. If you're just tipping them in their hip or in the body and you're just constantly stopping them, okay? It doesn't even need to be powerful. It just needs to be annoying, right? Especially if they walk into it, you can just like stab them in the stomach, right? So with the lead teep, I want to have my weight shifted onto my back foot, bring my knee up, extend out, in and back. I should probably use my arms too, right? So I'm not just having my arms down. So I'm in a fight stance, bring my leg up, out, in, and back. Really extending my hips as far as I can. I'm going to swing my same side leg, boom, and then back. I'm trying to like stab my opponent, right? I'm trying to like in and out, ba-ba. All right. You can push, right? The idea with the push though, is if you push and bring your foot straight down and you don't retract it back, it's really easy to catch. You're pretty much just giving them the catch if they're ready for it, right? So I want to try to avoid that by after I teep, I bring it straight back into my body. Okay? Let's go. A couple minutes. I don't want to talk too much. I want to just get this work in, you know? Because one of the best things you can do is just show up, do the drills, do the techniques. Nothing beats experience. You can study all you want, but until you're actually doing it, it's just study, all right? You can try to change levels a little bit. You can really drive through if you want to and get your heavy bag swinging. I don't want to do that right now because I'm still testing this heavy bag out. So I'm just doing nice little stabbing teeps to kind of disrupt my opponent, right? And bringing it right back. right? Some people teach to lean back as you're teeping. I don't like that because I feel like my weight is going back, and so I'm not able to generate as much power with my hips. It's a quick little, if anything, I'm kind of rotating my body a little bit. Sometimes I'll lean back a little bit, but I don't want to over exaggerate it because then I lose my balance. When it comes to Muay Thai training, Muay Thai in general, balance is like super important, and control is super important. If you have good balance and control, you're going to be a really great fighter. It's the guys who just like come in there and just try to do power all the time. Like you can do well, but the guys who have like gymnast style balance and control in their body, they're the ones that are like more scary to fight, in my opinion. And they also get scored higher in Thailand. Keep doing another minute of the teep. Like balance, control, and beauty of the technique actually counts in the scoring in Thailand. Scoring in Thailand is very intricate. Something smells good. Can't wait to eat after this. But I'm staying focused. Focusing on my breath. 20 seconds. Always getting back into a good fight stance. Staying nice and loose, relax. All right, let's do rear teep. So same concept. I'm gonna lift my knee up, extend out, come in the same way I came. You can throw the push kick and follow through, especially if you drive your opponent back. But especially if you're a beginner, get used to throwing the push kick and then coming back into your stance, okay? It's a little bit more advanced to push, follow through, and then continue on from that. So mix and match, see what works best for you. Let's throw the right push kick. So right push kick and back. Think of the right push kick as like the cross. So it's more of a power type of thing where I'm really trying to drive through. Again, I'm not gonna teep full force because it moves the bag too much. So I'm really focusing just on the technique aspect of it. And even if you're just shadow boxing, first off, good on you for not letting that be an excuse for not showing up to the challenge. 9 out of 10 people are going to make excuses to like, oh, I don't have a heavy bag, or I don't have space, or I don't have time. Bitch, you got all that and more. You just don't know it. Everyone's got time for 15, 20 minutes a day, especially if you have a heavy bag set up and everything. Just to show up, do a quick warm up, just drill a couple techniques, do a quick workout. If you got a 9-to-5 job, a family and stuff, I can imagine it is busy and it's hard to find time for yourself. What I do is I wake up at 5 a.m., I do my morning routine, and I always work out. And if you want that to be your heavy bag session where you're able to smash some shit and really focus on your Muay Thai technique, then there's no excuse to why you can't do it. You just need to have intention. You need some accountability. You need some structure. All right, time. Good start so far. We'll do one more round and then do some abs. Call it a day. So I'll grab some water. Were there any questions or anything going on, Scott, in the comments or anything at all? They have to drop the arm for the teep too. The Thais teach that, and so I teach that. You can't have both hands up in teep. Kind of limits your hip mobility though, being able to really drive through. If you're throwing a good enough teep and it's powerful enough, you shouldn't have to worry about any counter. Teep beats everything. Teep, it's like rock, paper, scissors, right? Teep beats rock, paper, and scissors. That's like the deepest analogy I can give you. What are some common Muay Thai blocks? Check. Check. That is blocks. Other than that, they'll shell up like this or they'll use their long guard. I'm not sure what you mean by blocks. I'm assuming block kicks. But they just check kicks. Blocking with your arms, that is not considered a block in Muay Thai. In the States, it might be. But in Thailand, if you're blocking kicks like this, it fucking hurts, right? It's better than your body, but this doesn't count as good Muay Thai technique. Good Muay Thai technique is checking. All right. Do one more minute of any questions, and we'll finish up with this last round. How to improve my switch kicks? You do it a lot, over and over and over and over and over again. You just keep fucking doing it. Video yourself. Video yourself doing it. Become a student of how to improve your switch kick. Video yourself. Break it down. Slow it down. All that kind of stuff. These kicks are a beast on my shins. I'm sure it's because I'm a newbie. Yes, your shins will take a little bit getting used to. When it comes to shin conditioning, there's no shortcut to it. It sucks. It is part of the initiation process. All right. Your shins are going to hurt for a while. And then they'll start to get more and more conditioned. My shins still hurt when I kick something really hard. The heavy bag isn't as hard to my shins anymore, but if I'm kicking someone's elbow or they're checking my kick, better believe that shit hurts. No matter what, I don't care what they tell you. Maybe if you have like 300 fights like most Thais. All right, so make sure you stick around because I'm going to be giving you some more info on how to win these gloves at the end, and I also got a special deal going on at the end of the week. But hopefully you're enjoying these workouts. And let's get into this last one, huh? I think we're just doing knees and elbows. So we're doing all 8 limbs today, right? So I don't even need the gloves. Fuck it. I'm going naked knuckles. That's what they call it. Rear knee. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Anyway, I throw my rear knee. When I throw my rear knee, my lead leg is going to step through, all right? Just kind of, usually almost all your combinations or all your strikes are going to start with this first step, right? You should be able to throw a cross. So you should be able to throw a knee. You should be able to throw a push kick. You should be able to throw a roundhouse. You should be able to throw a jab, a hook off this initial step. So this one step right here is a really good fake. A lot of people ask me how to get better sparring. You fake a lot and you get the person to react and make mistakes. Fake. Anyway, when I throw this rear knee, I take this step, I come up on the ball of my foot, this knee comes straight through, boom, and then back down. Now, I've been taught 2 different ways to throw these knees, and I use both depending on the situation. One is you're flat-footed, and the knee is coming through, boom, you want to make sure that you're thrusting your hip. What's the best angle I can do? You're popping the hip at the end, and my foot is flat because that gives me better balance, and I'm able to bring it back. So this knee wants to go straight through, boom, and back. At the end, I kind of pop it. So I bring it through, right? And then I kind of use my hips to extend it. And that's how you add power to the knee. Your knee isn't coming up. It's not an upward motion like this. It's a forward motion. Boom. All right. So when I do that, I want to either have my foot flat-footed. See if you can see this. Either my foot flat-footed, boom, and back, or I can come up on the ball of my foot, boom, and back. That takes a little bit more balance and control, but you can have a little bit more power with that. Now, what do you do with your hands? Now, you want to have at least one arm up when you're throwing a knee. Because when you're throwing a knee, you're in range for counter-like punches. So you have to have some type of defense, right? So when I throw my rear knee, typically I want to swing my right arm down. Ideally, I'm grabbing my opponent, right? If I can grab my opponent, whether it's his head or his shoulder, that negates a lot of things that he can counter with. So ideally, as I start the combination, I'm grabbing my opponent, right? And then I'm pulling them into the knee and back. But if I can't do that, if he's a little bit longer or further away and I want to throw him over spear knee from the outside, then I'm going to swing this arm down. But I'm going to use this arm to reach. My opposite arm is up. I'm going to knee and then come back. My opposite hand, right, can either be on this side, straight through the middle to block a count across, or on the opposite side, right? So you kind of have to react depending on how your opponent is countering, okay? So that is the rear knee. Let's do that, okay? So trying to aim for the body. You don't want to be kneeing people in the dick all the time. Unless you're a cruel, cruel human, aim for the body. Show some mercy. Boom, and then back. Really driving straight through. Boom, and making sure you're coming back into your proper stance. Knee and back. knee, and back. Again, I'm not bringing the knee up, right? I'm bringing the knee through the bag. Straight through and back. One hand is always up. If you want to, you can use your rear hand to grab the bag. So this way it adds some defense to it, right? You can almost like stiff on the bag. Boom, and then knee through. It might mess up your body mechanics a little bit though, so just be aware of that. Boom, and back. Knee, and back. If you want to add a jab before, by all means. You can always improvise a little bit with these workouts, you know. Make them your own. Let's do 30 more seconds. Knee. Knee. Knee and back. Making sure the hips are pretty square. You don't want to get sideways as you need because then it's really hard to get back into a good stance. Knee. Let's do one more. Knee. Actually, well, we'll do switch knee now. So same idea with if you're a beginner, just start in your opposite stance and get used to throwing the knee first. Once you get a feel for it, then you can add the switch to it, okay? So I'm gonna switch, same idea, the knee's coming straight through. Now my left arm is swinging down, my right arm is up, guarding. You can knee with both arms up if you want to for added defense. Takes away a little bit from the offense of the strike, but I'm a fan of not getting punched in the face, as you might have heard before. So sometimes I knee with both arms up, depending on the situation. Sway. Tilly. All right. So let's do some switch knees. So I'm going to switch, right? Drive up off this knee, push through, and again, come back into my normal stance. So after I switch, I throw this knee, bring the foot down, and retract. Okay. I want to get into the habit of doing that. So after I knee, boom, back down, right back into the stance. You can knee, come straight down into something if you wanted to, but just get used to controlling your body and getting back into a good defensive position. Switch knee and back. I don't like when I throw like knees and stuff on this bag. It feels a little iffy. But trying to have one hand up, one arm swinging down. Relaxing, staying focused on your breathing, staying light on your feet. If you want to, you're a little bit more intermediate advanced, you can just kind of step through with the knee as well. Even if you're a beginner, you can try that. You can step a little bit farther away from your bag, step into that lead knee, step, knee, or switch knee. You either step into the knee or switch into the knee. It kind of depends on the distancing. If I'm far away, I can step, knee. If I'm close in, I switch knee. 30 more seconds. Knee, knee and back. Knee, knee and back. Knee. We're driving that hip, pop that hip at the end. And back. One more. Knee and back. All right. Awesome. Grab some water. We got one more round. Uno más round. How we doing, folks? We're doing all right. How many people we got watching, Scott? You got it, Oliver. Hope you're enjoying it. We got one more round. Just grab some water. You can stretch out a little bit. Just check. I don't know what I'm talking about. Scott, 140 people. Crazy. Got my room filled with like 140 people. Sean, mucho gracias, Nak Muay Nation. Great work. Thank you for sharing your experiences and technical strategies. You got it. By the way, if you ever want any Nak Muay Nation stuff, you know where to go. nakmuaynation.com/shop. Got all that good shit. Hello there. I'm at work. First time watching this. Very cool. Good technique. Great delivery information. Thank you, Gustavo Santa. Appreciate that. I hope that you guys are able to take in what I'm saying. Sometimes I feel like I say too much in regards to like the technical aspects of it. that can become a little overwhelming. So if you feel like I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is I'm always up for constructive criticism. So if there's anything that you feel like I could be doing better, I could be saying more or less of, by all means, let me know. But hopefully I'm doing it perfectly and I'm just a flawless video performer and Muay Thai instructor. I can dream, right? All right. Oh, wait. Was that part of the last round? What's the last round, Scott? Was the knee and the elbows the last round? I think it was, right? I think I just forgot to do the elbows. Forgot to do the fucking elbows. All right. And then we'll do abs after this. All right. And we'll do abs after this. So lead elbow. You can either throw a spear elbow, right? Where it's coming straight through the middle like this. Boom. I want to kind of shuck my shoulder a little bit and pull my rear shoulder back, right? My opposite hand is up. My hand or my fist is on my forehead. So this defends anything right here. Some people teach it to the side of the head. You can elbow like this. Boom. That's savage too. But the spear elbow sneaks right through their guard. Boom. And it doesn't have to do much. If you ever been hit with an elbow, it hurts quite a bit, okay? So I just want to make sure that I'm stepping through. Boom. And coming back. Just a quick step and back. It doesn't need to be a wind up. I'm telling you, it doesn't need to be hard for it to hurt. Or I could throw like a slashing elbow or just a regular horizontal elbow. I want to step, right? I want to have my palm facing outwards and bring my elbow across my body as I'm rotating. I don't want to over rotate, right? Because if I'm in the elbow range and I over rotate, I can get elbowed. I can't do that and then come up with this and do that and do that and do that and do that and do that. But you ain't ready for that. So we're going to do left elbow or spear elbow, okay? Let's go. So either spear elbow straight through the middle or slashing elbow. It can almost come down if you want, or it can come straight across to the side. It shouldn't, well, the spear elbow shouldn't make too much sound. You should be hitting with the point of your elbow. Your horizontal elbow might make a little bit more sound because you're hitting it more bluntly, and some of your forearm should probably be hitting too. Oh, elbows are sexy. Always keeping your opposite hand up, chin tucked, because like I said, if you're in elbow range, if you can land elbows, your opponent can land elbows. Let's put it that way. Staying nice and relaxed, breathing. Hands are up, chin is tucked. Staying one with the bag. You can also use your long guard a little bit if you want to. That's a really good defensive shell, but it's also used offensively. So I can have the long guard and then step through with that. I can use the long guard and step through with that. I love the long guard. Most Muay Thai fighters love the long guard. You don't see them shelling up like this too much. Usually it's like that. So long guard, elbow. Long guard, elbow. Long guard is I have my lead arm out, stretched, kind of like a stiff arm and like a rangefinder. My rear hand is kind of back here, ready to defend anything that comes this way, right? So this is long guard, step through. Long guard. Let's do one more minute because elbows are fun. I'm just noticing I forgot to put deodorant on. It's not pleasant, folks. Using your long guard, elbow, elbow. All right, let's do the rear elbow now. So you can throw a spear rear elbow if you want, or you can throw a horizontal, or you can come down with a tomahawk elbow. It's kind of hard to do a tomahawk elbow on these. You can kind of shadow it, right? But generally speaking, horizontal elbow or rear spear elbow. The rear spear elbow, again, I want to pull my lead shoulder back. So this can pop through. Usually you can kind of walk in and then sneak that elbow through. Walk in and just pop it through. Long guard, elbow through. This is sexy. If I can grab someone's guard and then use this elbow to kind of come straight through, right? Or the horizontal elbow. Just a quick rotation in the body. Don't over rotate, right? Boom. Gotta have my palm facing out. Let's go. Try to aim eye level. The only reason I'm saying that because I just realized I was elbowing down. As I have said before, you don't want to be fighting all the midgets. So you want to be fighting someone your own size, right? And so try to punch and kick like this heavy bag is someone your size. So make sure you're elbowing eye level, kneeing body level, and so on. You can use the long guard again, staying nice and relaxed, nice and loose. Killing the game. Let's go. Come on. 30 more seconds. Make sure your opposite hand is up, your chin is tucked. All right, let's do some conditioning real quick, okay? We're just gonna do, what is it? It's 20 jab crosses, 20 right kicks, 20 left kicks, and 20 alternating teeps. We're gonna do that for conditioning to end, and then we are, well, not done, because we still got abs and we got stretching. Don't neglect that shit. Everyone skip stretching. Don't do it. Verbal instructions are perfect. Thank you, Facebook user. If you're watching in the group, I think you have to like select something to see your comments. Even after the more advanced workouts, I always love doing the basics. You can always improve your technique no matter your level. Yes, exactly. I'm still, sometimes when I'm throwing these techniques and I feel like I fucked up a technique. Maybe not fucked up, but I didn't look as clean as I thought it was. And it's like live in front of hundreds of people. I'm saying to myself, damn, I still have so much improvement, but it's also exciting because I have so much to improve in. Man, this has been great technical work today. Great tips. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are sticking in with me. Sticking with me. All right, so 20 jab crosses. I want them more focused on power than speed, okay? And then 20 roundhouses, rear roundhouses, 20 lead roundhouses. You can either do it from your opposite stance or do switch kicks, up to you. And then 20 alternating teeps. And then we'll do some abs, okay? All right, 20 jab crosses, ready? Let's go. Get some range. And then throw that baby. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 6. 7. 8. Make sure you're changing levels and stuff. 9. Good technique. Even though you're trying to throw power, don't lose sight of technique. I think that's 12. I might have lost count. Oh well. 13. 14. Stay loose. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Chin is tucked. I keep fucking losing count. I think that's 16. It is hard to talk, count, and demonstrate. 17. And breathe. 18. 19. Last one. 20. All right. 20 roundhouse kicks. Not speed, but more technical and power. All right. Ready? Let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. Focus on the technique. 5. Getting back into a good stance. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10 more. Let those hips fly. Focus on the hand positioning. Rotating the shoulder. Fuck, I lost count again. I think let's do 15. I just got too much into talking and instructing. I think that's 17. I don't fucking know. 18. 19. 20. Apologize if you don't like cursing. If you don't like cursing, you can get the fuck out. No, I'm just playing. But I end up cursing a lot because I just do. From New York. What are you going to do? All right, 20 lead roundhouses. I'm going to throw them from southpaw. You can throw switch kicks if you like. It's up to you. Okay, ready? Let's go. Starting nice and loose, then adding power. Getting back into a fight stance. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Landing with your shin. 6. 7. 8. 9. Getting back into your fight stance. 10 more. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's go. A little more power. 7. 8. 9. One more. For good measure. All right. 20 alternating teeps. Just kind of nonstop. You can go really hard and really fast if you want. Again, I'm not going to do that. I'm still figuring this bag out. So I'm just going to focus on technique. Ready? Let's go. Left, right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Grab some water. And then we'll do some quick 5-minute abs, 5-minute cool down. Give you some info on the contest that I'm running. And take it from there. How long have we been live? Learned many things today. Good, Daniel. Glad. Every time I do 25 jab cross, it's so hard, it makes me breathless. That's why I gotta keep doing them. I'm a little out of breath too. But you should be fucking exerting yourself. You wanna get the feel of a fight too, because the crazy thing is too, you think you train hard in training, you think you're so tired doing pad work or sparring, and then you fight, you realize there's a whole nother level to being tired. Whole nother fucking level. It's crazy. All right, abs. So I need to point this down a little bit. All right. Oh, this is a good little setup I got, huh? You guys liking it? I hope so. All right, so we're just gonna do 3 sets of, we're gonna do, what the fuck am I thinking? We're gonna do in and outs, right? So your legs are out, you're kind of balanced in like a boat pose right here. You're gonna go out and in. This is gonna be 20 of these, right? And after that, we're gonna lay on our backs I have to fix my mic. I'm gonna lay on our backs and do 10 toe touches, right? And then we're gonna come up and do 20 Russian twists. Or 20, 20, 20, 20, sorry. We're gonna do 3 sets of those, okay? So again, in and outs. I wanna try to extend as far back as I can. And in, full extensions, right? We're gonna do 20 of those, 20 toe touches. I'm gonna have my legs and arms nice and straight, come up, touch my toes, get my upper back off the ground, and then go into twists right here, side to side, keep my legs up. Try not to let them come down if you can. Do your best, all right? I'm gonna start with 20 in and outs. Let me just grab a quick sip of water. Ready, bitches? Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have a mic in me though. I can't say it much louder unless I'm yelling at them. Now I lost track, Liz. I think that's 20. All right. If not, whatever. All right. Toe touches, leg straight up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pushing. I know you're feeling it because I'm fucking feeling it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go into some twists. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, that was a lot harder than I thought, and we're doing 3 sets because that's what I said. That was a mistake. Take a quick little breather. Let you reset your abs. Been on for like an hour 20, huh? If you're still with me, you're sticking with me this entire time, good on you. Whether it's live or in the future, the fact that you're still here with me says a lot. Appreciate it. All right, let's finish this shit, huh? 2 more sets. Ready? In and outs. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, huh? All right, toe touches. I guess I haven't done abs for a while because these are killing me. Usually they're not this hard. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, buddy. You ready? Russian twist. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. One more set. You guys hanging in there? Still here. This sucks. Yes, sucks so good. Embrace the suck, as they say. Hard work is easy work. Jim knows. Jim knows. Just catching my breath. Giving my abs a little break. It's a nice day here in upstate New York. One thing, I guess let's do abs one more time, and then we'll stretch, shoot the shit, talk, you know. This is how we do. All right, ready? In and out. Let's finish strong. Come on. You can start strong. Anyone can start strong. That's how you finish. That's what champions are made. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. All right, let's do some toe touches. Oh God, what have I done? Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist. Let's go. Let's finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the tough part. Done with. And now we get to stretch. All right, grab some water real quick. Fix this. Get a nice shot of my crotch right there. Still here. I'm dead. Good job, Sean. Way to stick it through. All right. Let's do a little bit of stretching, huh? All right, let's interlock our finger, or actually, let's just take a big inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last one. Inhale up. Interlock your fingers. Push straight up. Do a little bit of a back bend if you can. Let's twist to the right. Twist to the left. Do some just torso twists, nice and easy. All right, let's put your right wrist on your right hip and grab your elbow and pull it forward. Try to keep your chest square though. Stretch out your shoulder a little bit. Other side. Left wrist on left hip. Pull it forward. All right, let's just do some hip circles. Probably should have done these in the beginning, but it's all good. Bring it around town. Other direction. Stand, feet together, touch your toes. You can slightly bend your knees if you need to. Try to keep your legs relatively straight and stretch out those hamstrings. Just hang out here for a second. Heel toe your feet out slightly. Come down to a deep squat. Use your elbows to drive your knees out. Kind of open up your groin a little bit. Liz is eating some ice cream right now in my face. Where'd you get that?
I broke down.
Did you get me some?
Yeah, I got a box.
Oh, you got a box. Trying to look like I'm a good role model.
The ones that I told you that I was like craving the other day.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. All right, let's get down to your knees. I'll put this down here. So, too far down. Sorry. There we go. All right, knee down, right knee down, left leg forward. Just kind of sink down. Kind of fall into that hip. So that was a good workout. Fundamentals, right? Sometimes that's all you got to do. And you could feel good and like you improved as long as you're focusing on the basics, right? And so this was the workout number 1. As we progress in the week, it's going to get a little bit More difficult, I guess you could say, but it's just different. Everything will be a little bit different. Same style of workout. Let's bring your elbow to your knee. You can interlock your fingers and then drive your elbow into your knee and twist. And then hold it. Breathe here. Again, make sure you drop down what your intention is for this challenge if you haven't yet. Because the whole theme about this, Tilly, come here. Here you go. Tilly is our street dog. You can't barely even see her. Just kind of sit down right here. She has one eye. She was in a dog fight and she's scared of the world. But she flew all the way from Thailand and she's full American now, sitting on the couch, eating a lot, pooping a lot, just living the best life. I'm trying to kind of wiggle your knee, get a little bit more range of motion in your hips. See, that thing is kind of in the way. There we go. And let's switch sides. So again, make sure that you join the challenge at heavybagblueprint.com/challenge, because then you'll have more of a chance to win some free stuff. Right now, I'm going to give away a free t-shirt because I'm feeling fancy. I'm feeling good. And I'm going to think of a question. And this is always the hardest part, is thinking of a fucking question on the spot. All right, let's rotate side to side.
What kind of dog does Sanchai have?
Do you know? I don't think Sanchai has a dog. All right, bring it back to the center. Rotate it around. Okay, here's the question. It's a really simple question if you know me, because it's more of a personal question. What town do I live in? First person to drop it in the comments. We have 3 different live streams going, so Scott, kind of take a tip. What town do I live in? I am putting this on blast, right? All right, let's sit down on our butts, because here's the thing that I'm thinking about doing is, let's get together, touch toes, so we just bought this house and we're finishing up, the basement's finished up and we're turning it into a studio apartment for Airbnb. So people can come stay with us. And if you want to, do some private lessons with me and all that good stuff. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know in the comments, because then I could put some package together for you can train and stay with me for a weekend or something. I could show you town, do all that kind of stuff. Kingston, nope. That's where the gym was that I trained. Town in the US. That is correct. It's not good enough. New Paltz. Facebook user. Scott, can you see his or hers name and face? If so, I think it's in the Facebook group, the anonymous people, because something about a group and commenting. By the way, I'm just stretching now. You can just stretch as I'm talking. But New Paltz is right. It's about 90 minutes north of New York City. It's a nice little college town, a lot of mountains. It's known for its rock climbing. And it was the first town in America that either they had a gay marriage or legalized a gay marriage. So it's a very green, liberal town. All right. That was cool, huh? So if you are the one who answered New Paltz first, Andrew, my dude, so glad that you are back here and doing the workouts and stuff. I know that life got in the way and it's hard to get back into the swing of things, but now you're doing the workout, and you just want another Nak Muay Nation shirt, I feel like you have all of them already, but you get another one. Scott, can you reach out to Andrew via email, because we've got his email, and he'll come up with a free shirt. Please and thank you. So at the end of the week, I'll be giving away 2 pairs of gloves. One pair will be this Nak Muay Nation original edition. All right. These are 10-ounce black ones. I also have them in white and in red. These are my favorite gloves. And then I also have double strap gloves. So these gloves right here, you have one strap. I don't know how to use my glove. You have another strap. So it has double protection for your wrist. And I really like this. It takes a little bit to break in, especially with hand wraps. It's sometimes hard to get your hand in. But once you break it in and everything, and you're able to kind of slip it in and out, that's what she said, then they're really nice gloves. So at the end of the week, at the end of the challenge, we're going to be giving away 2 pairs of gloves. We're going to be giving away the Heavy Bag Blueprint 2.0 program, which is my pride and joy. There's been over 1,000 copies sold. I get really good feedback, really good reviews from that. And it's just really good, progressive 24-week at-home heavy bag workout program. And I'm going to be running a deal for that at the end of the week. And so if you're watching this, I shouldn't be telling you this, but don't buy gloves yet, or don't buy the Heavy Bag Blueprint yet, because at the end of the week, I'll be running a special promo where, I don't know, maybe you get gloves with your purchase and maybe there's a discount with it. Something like that. I don't know yet. We'll see. Anyways, I hope you all had a great time. We're running, we're like 90 minutes. Any questions? I'll spend like 5-10 minutes for questions. If not, make sure that I'll be here again tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're going to be focusing on defense and doing a defense style heavy bag workout. And then in addition to that, make sure you sign up for the Facebook challenge. Maybe someone asked this before, but do you have any plans on going back to Thailand? Absolutely. Whether it's living there or not, we'll definitely be back to Thailand. I love Thailand. It was just a matter of we moved back because I wasn't fighting anymore, because COVID kind of stopped that. And then I decided to just kind of retire from fighting. And then we found out we were pregnant and we wanted to be next to family and friends. And so there was a time to do it. It was now. Schmiegel. What do you do, little Schmiegel? You call her Schmiegel because she's always sneaking around and being all Schmiegel-like. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Glad you liked it. How can I improve my hip mobility, which is stopping me from kicking high enough for a roundhouse? Yoga. So my wife, Liz, who just came back from yoga, did that cameo earlier on. She has a yoga for Muay Thai course. It's in my shop at nakmuaynation.com/shop. And it's a really great course that really focuses on helping your flexibility specific to Muay Thai. So specific to your hips, making them more mobile and loose and flexible. So this way you can throw more powerful body kicks and also be flexible enough for the high kicks. Helps your shoulders for clinching. Because if you clinch, you know how tight you get in your shoulders, and she helps loosen those up, and also with your boxing and stuff. So you can definitely check that out. She also has a YouTube channel you can check out. She'll be getting back to that eventually once she figures out how to give birth. And then after that, we'll have a child, and then she will get back onto the YouTube. But until then, check out the Yoga for Muay Thai course. Does having a beard help with training? Absolutely. This is where I derive all my power from. Without it, I am nothing. It'd be fucking weird to shave my beard. One day, I'll do it for a good cause. Any plans for a seminar this year? Yes. I love seminars. I love teaching. And it's just a matter of the right timing. So like I said, our kid is due, our baby, our boy, May 22nd. And so the first couple of months, we'll probably just be laying low. But we want to get him used to travel because we travel quite a bit. And so we'll be traveling and potentially doing some seminars around the US, Europe, wherever makes sense. And as long as there's a want for it, there's a demand for it, man, I will make that shit happen. I love traveling and teaching Muay Thai. We'll be doing a Thailand retreat, not anytime soon. All the retreats right now are in Costa Rica because it is the most systemizable one that I'm able to make sure everyone has an amazing time with, where Thailand is a little bit more still rough around the edges, especially with their in and out closing the border, not closing the border. And so maybe in 2023 or 2024, but not anytime this year. So if you want to do any of my Muay Thai vacations, check out MuayThaiVacations.com. I'm not hosting them this year, but we have awesome other fighters, Jake and Bryn, who we lived and trained with in Thailand for about 2 years during COVID. They are hosting. They were co-hosts at the last retreats we did. They did an awesome job. And so now they're doing the retreats this summer, June, July, and August. And it's going to be awesome. They're already filling up. So if you're interested in training Muay Thai on vacation with some awesome people and coming back home in better shape than when you left, check out MuayThaiVacations.com. You can always book a call with Liz as well if you sign up there, and ask any questions you have about travel, about what the experience is like and what's included and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, any other questions? Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Let's see, Sasha, what do you look for? Okay, Oliver, is it better to lean back while throwing knee for shorter fighters? Because while leaning back, I'm in range. Any tips? If you're a shorter fighter throwing knees, you should try to grab them. You should try to clinch them and negate that range and get good at the clinch. If you're a shorter fighter who's used to fighting taller people, the clinch is a really useful tool because that negates all their range. So get good at the clinch. How long did it take until you got your first fight? It took me so I started boxing, doing some boxing training, nothing serious, when I was like 16 or 17. Did that on and off for a couple of years. And then I did MMA for about a year with jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, all that kind of stuff. And then I went to Thailand for 3 months. And so probably like a year and a half maybe of training before I had my first fight, of like proper-ish training, I would say. I know people who have barely trained and then fought. What's the weirdest fight move anyone's ever thrown at you? A dick kick. I feel like I've gotten kicked in the dick like every single fight. It's the worst. Maybe it's not the weirdest fight move, but I don't know. It's got a fucking target on that shit or something. I don't know. But I was still able to have a kid, so success. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining in. This was a lot of fun. I'm already excited for tomorrow. If you want a replay of this video, it'll be up on YouTube, on Facebook, and make sure you sign up for the challenge so this way I can email you when I'm going live, when we're doing the giveaways and all that kind of stuff. But I hope you had fun. I'm excited to hear the feedback and see the comments and stuff. I'll make sure to get back to them at some point. So even if you're watching this in the future, you drop some comments and questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But until tomorrow.